Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I am also well because we've got a great guest coming up today. Sarah Holden is our guest, and Sarah works at a company that specializes in retirement and stuff like that. On Friday, it was 401K Day. Apparently, that's like a national holiday for people in the 401K industry. So we couldn't get her on the program Friday, but we do have her today. So be sure to tune in later in the program as we visit with Sarah Holden about 401Ks and retirement stuff. Maya Angelou is our quote today. She says, "Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud." I like that. And Bill Copeland also, for a quote, says, "Try to be like the turtle, at ease in your own shell." I like that. Great quote. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Make plans to join us for the second annual 80s in the Sand. My wife Heidi and I went last year. It was so much fun. And guess who's going to be there this year? It's Brett Michaels.
Hello, everybody. It's Brett Michaels. I will see you at 80s in the Sand, Tuesday, November 6th, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I promise you, this is going to be the ultimate concert, party, best night ever. Let's rock on, my friends.
Get your tickets now at 80sinthesand.com. Over 90% of the tickets are sold. Don't wait. 80sinthesand.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Let's do the whole darn weekend. Saturday, September the 8th, National Pediatric Hematology Oncology Nurses Day. Whew, that was a long one. It's also National Ampersand Day. That's like the and sign.
I like the ampersand.
Sunday, the 9th of September, National Teddy Bear Day. It's also Care Bears Share Your Care Day on Sunday. And National Wiener Schnitzel Day, National Pet Memorial Day, National Hug Your Hound Day, and National Grandparents Day. All of that happening on this weekend. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can either add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. Or a combination of both, but there's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow sales. And you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Sign up at betterresultsadvertising.com. That's betterresultsadvertising.com.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs, but first, a bizarre story from Montana. A man came out to find a mountain lion hiding underneath of his SUV. What do you do at that point?
That's
because you can't really get in, because the mountain lion could take
Attack
your
your
leg
feet.
off or something. So if he has
call somebody.
remote start, you could push the button and hope it scares him away.
him away.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Honk the horn. I don't know if you can do that from a distance. With a key fob, maybe
Yeah,
you
with
could.
key fob.
I've never had that, and I don't really want to ever have that. We do have your brain on drugs coming up.
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. Police in Logan, Utah say a man set his sofa on fire and burned his hands after he put his marijuana ashes in a paper bag. Yeah, not the smartest dude on the planet. They report a man was hurt when he tried to put out the fire with his hands after smoking the pot on Thursday afternoon. Somebody in the house got a garden hose and doused the blaze shortly before the fire trucks from multiple different agencies all showed up. Logan Police Captain Tyson Bungie says officers seized a small amount of marijuana but did not issue a citation. I'm not sure why. They say investigators figured the burns were punishment enough. So, yeah. No, they weren't. If it's illegal, that's crazy. I do have a link to the story if you want to read all about it. It's in our Brain on Drugs segment in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Meghan Markle's dad is in the news again. Apparently,
What
he just
is
won't go
this
away.
guy's
Here's
deal?
the thing. I honestly don't think that it's him. I think the fact that people are reading the stories and people are, like, we're talking about it right now. So the media hounds out there are going to continue to find him. Anybody gets put under a microscope, they're going to look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, he's in the news because he revealed that he lied over the phone to Prince Harry and then he hung up on him. I was like, hey, you have Prince Albert in a can? Let him out. Click. I have no idea what the lie was. But Mr. Markle, please.
Oh,
Please.
maybe just quit talking to the press.
Yeah, quit taking their calls. U2 abruptly ended a Berlin concert last week when Bono completely lost his voice on stage. That right there is a benefit that Britney Spears, when she's lip syncing, she doesn't have to worry about that. So, I'm just teasing. And I know she's not the only one that's been caught doing that. There have been several that have. And maybe that's what he should have done. But he said, I don't do that. I put on a show, but not tonight because I can't sing. So that would really not be fun. This has been Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now your scoop of the day. A woman in Spain started a hospital fire because she was tired of waiting in the emergency room. Patients and staff had to be evacuated. Nobody was injured, thank goodness. But she was waiting and waiting and waiting, and it wasn't critical. So she's like, well, now it is. I'm going to start this room on fire. Bad idea. Next time your boss sends you an email at 10 p.m., ignore it. Science is on your side. Researchers say, and they say who it's from, but it's a big, long name. They found that checking work emails after hours increases your anxiety and your health problems. It also wreaks havoc on your personal relationship and home life.
Yes, it does.
These findings call organizational expectations to be on the clock 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, an insidious stressor. So they're saying just check out when you're done working. Don't worry about it. If it's a major thing, they'll call. And 1 in 10 people may be addicted celebrity worshipers. According to a study here, researchers suggest 10% of the public may be developing an unhealthy obsession with celebrities, which can lead to depression, anxiety, and psychosis. So, Heidi, you're going to have to just calm down. Actually,
I really don't care about
really
any
doesn't care.
celebrities.
And I do these stories about celebrities, and she's like, who cares? Another myth shattered. It turns out men do not think about sex every 7 seconds. It's more like every 28 minutes. So that's still twice as much as women, by the way. They think about it about every 51 minutes. I think I'm way different than that. I don't think about it nearly enough.
No,
apparently.
I don't either.
Sometimes I go weeks without thinking about it. We're married to each other, by the way. So just want to make sure people understand that. Study by the University of South Wales uncovered an anti-aging technique that could see humans live to the age of 150.
Why would you want to?
I don't know. I suppose if things were going well, and 150, yeah, it's a long time, but as long as you still have your health.
No thanks.
A new study found water inside Jupiter's Great Red Spot raises the prospect of intelligent life on other planets. I've been on social media recently. I'm wondering if there's intelligent life on this planet. The entire world went crazy about shoes this last week. I'm like, guys, everybody calm down. I mean, everybody on both sides, just calm down. And tourism is way, way down in the Virginia town where Sarah Huckabee Sanders was boosted or chased, what do you call it? Booted out?
Ousted.
Ousted, there we go. She was ousted from the Red Hen restaurant, and the city council there is now scrambling to give their whole community a makeover. So I think it's interesting where, again, Facebook, social media, all this stuff, and people are taking politics way too seriously.
Just be kind to
be
everyone.
Nice to everybody.
If the people at the Red Head would have just been kind to her, they wouldn't be in the the situation that they're in right now.
And the thing is, I'm not saying it because of any particular leanings on this program. I'm saying if it would have been the exact opposite way, I'd feel the same way.
Exactly.
Just be nice to each other.
Don't treat people like
Everybody.
that. Just because you disagree with somebody, you're going to say you can't eat here.
Yeah, be
Go
nice
away.
to one another. I believe there was actually a book about 2,000 years ago. There's a guy that said stuff like that. He said, love one another. His name was Jesus. I'm going to go with that. That's a good one. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can either add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. Or a combination of both, but there's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow sales. And you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Sign up at betterresultsadvertising.com. That's betterresultsadvertising.com.
John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Friday the 7th was a special day. It's National 401K Day. And we set up a little interview to visit with Sarah Holden. She's a senior director of retirement and investor research at a place called the Investment Company Institute. That's got to be kind of a fun job because you get to help a lot of people, don't you?
Yeah, it's a great job to be able to look at such an important thing in people's lives, and that is saving for retirement. And we've got so many powerful saving tools available to us.
Are people saving for retirement the way they should, or are most people not even close?
So we find a 401k plan is a really powerful savings tool. It's offered at your job. And so first thing you want to do is check and make sure, see if you have a plan, and be sure to get enrolled and signed up to participate in it. And then once you've done that, we want to check and see whether or not the employer makes contributions. 9 out of 10 people are in 401k plans that have the employer actually putting money into their accounts, but often to get that employer money, you have to make a contribution yourself. So this is paycheck by paycheck, and you do this little by little, and if you put in and then the employer puts in, you really find you accumulate a significant nest egg.
And the nice thing is, if they're going to give you extra money for free, why wouldn't you take it?
If you don't take full advantage of that employer contribution, you are leaving money on the table. So you really want to be sure that you do that. So double check, see if you have a 401k, or it might be called a 403b is another type of plan that's very similar. You want to be sure you're getting that employer money. Then after you've done that, the next step is you want to think about, well, there's usually more than 20 investment options in a typical plan. And then you have to ask yourself, am I a do-it-yourself investor, or do I want to hand the asset allocation over to an investment professional? So if you're a do-it-yourself, you're thrilled with those more than 20 options, and you pick from the stock and the bond and the foreign versus domestic and the index versus active. You've got a whole list of choices. But if what I just said sounds sort of overwhelming, what you might want to do is choose the target date fund. And the target date fund is a fund that you basically have to know approximately what year you're going to retire. You invest in the fund that has that year in its name. And what the fund does is it's diversified. So it invests in a whole mix of investments, but it rebalances over time. So when you're young, it focuses on growth or equities. And as you approach retirement, it's rebalancing automatically to focus on income, which is what you're going to need in retirement.
I think that's a really good idea, and it sounds like they're doing what they can to make that simple. Now, most employers who do match, they want you to do that. They wouldn't even offer it if they didn't want you to do it. Do they typically encourage their employees to invest in the 401k?
Oh, yes. A plan sponsor, this is a benefit of your employment there. This is something that when they're trying to hire you, they tell you, oh, I have a 401k plan. So they are designing this plan to make it an attractive option, and they're doing it because they recognize that it's hard to put money aside to save for the future, and they want to make it as easy as possible. So they are very active in promoting the plan. They have a whole lot of educational materials around the plan telling you how important it is to sign up, how important it is to do this paycheck by paycheck to invest so that you can get some growth. So at the end of the day, you have an account when you reach retirement. So this is something that they spend a lot of time promoting, and then they've also, over time, changed the plan design to make it really easy for folks. So many plans will have what's called automatic enrollment, which means if I do nothing as a new worker, they'll actually sign me up for the plan. Many times they start me out at sort of a 3% or so contribution rate, but they'll increase that by 1 percentage point a year so that as I get further on in my career and I can save a bit more, my savings rate is going up each year, so that again makes that automatic. And then with the target date fund, they've made the investing automatic for me as well. So we've got a plan that's designed so that you can be as involved in it or as sort of take the path that they've shined the light on for you in it as well.
Again, Friday, September September 7th was National 401K Day, so that's why we're talking about 401Ks. Sarah, if folks would like to learn more, is there a place they can go online to learn more about 401Ks?
Yeah, so ICI.org has a whole lot of research and information about saving and investing. And then ICI has recently launched a brand new website called FactsOnRetirement.org, which has some key tips for savers as well as some key facts.
All right. I'm going to throw a link to that in our show notes to make it easy. Sarah, thank you so much for sharing with us.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
Again, Sarah Holden has been our guest. If you'd like to know more, I've got a link to all of the information in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Do you think you know who invented television?
No.
I didn't think you would. George Carey, a Boston civil servant, first thought up television in 1876. A long time ago. Way before television was a reality. But John Logie Baird is often quoted as the inventor, but his dreams didn't come along until the 1920s. So they both came up with the idea way, way, way before we actually had those. They didn't come out for many, many years after that. Couple of fun facts right there. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Make plans to join us for the second annual 80s in the Sand. My wife Heidi and I went last year. It was so much fun. And guess who's going to be there this year? It's Brett and Michaels.
Hello, everybody. It's Brett Michaels. I will see you at 80s in the Sand, Tuesday, November 6th, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I promise you, this is going to be the ultimate concert, party, best night ever. Let's rock on, my friends.
Get your tickets now at 80sinthesand.com. Over 90% of the tickets are sold. Don't wait. 80sinthesand.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word for this weekend, acrasia. Acrasia. I think we've done this one before. It sounds very familiar to me.
This one doesn't sound familiar
It doesn't?
to me.
Okay. Maybe it's because I've been reading these in advance to see what they mean.
Right.
What do you think acrasia means?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
It's ACRASIA. Acrasia. The state of mind in which someone acts against their better judgment through weakness of will. The lack of self-discipline by which a person acts contrary to the usual judgment. Or the lack of self-control. I'm suffering from acrasia most of the time. Usually when I'm in a buffet. This crazy acrasia moment that happens every time. And then afterwards I eat way too much and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done the buffet. And Heidi's like, yeah, that's why I didn't do the buffet. And you're an idiot. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. We've got some weird news coming right up.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Time now for some weird news this weekend. A former student at the University of California, Irvine, is facing charges after he allegedly impersonated a doctor on multiple occasions and at least one time gave a patient some medical diagnoses. 23-year-old Ayara Okuskian, I probably said all of that wrong. He was charged with one felony count of providing a medical diagnosis while impersonating a doctor. Also 8 misdemeanor accounts of representing oneself as a licensed medical practitioner. Back in May, he diagnosed a man regarding a growth on his neck. It was in a consult room.
Okay.
He was sitting in there waiting, and this guy walked in pretending to be a doctor. He's like, oh, here's what's going on. 7 other occasions between April and June, he allegedly impersonated a doctor at the Children's Hospital of Orange County. They said that he told a security worker he was a doctor and later gained access to restricted floors of the Children's Hospital. The former student, because he got kicked out for this, could face 3 years in state prison and 8 years in the Orange County jail if he's convicted. So don't mess with that.
Wow.
Want to pretend to be a doctor? Do that on Halloween and then get your degree and then actually be a doctor, which you're not going to get to do now. Bad idea. That's why it's today's weird news.
John and Heidi.
Our weird news today could have been our moment of duh as well, Heidi, because it was not smart. We had a guy that was pretending to be a doctor. But this is our weird news and our moment of duh. This is our moment of duh. I'm going to just read it. In Oceanside, California, 3 men led police on a dangerous pursuit that started for no obvious reason. They started running lights and eventually ditched their car. 2 of the men were tracked down and arrested. Later, officers determined that the car had been stolen, but they said if it weren't for the suspect's erratic behavior, they would have not even pulled them over. But when the police showed up, behind them, they took off through the red light thinking, oh, we got caught. No. We just happened to be behind you.
Right.
We didn't even know you did anything wrong. So it was after they ran the red light that they got in trouble. I mean, if you're going to steal a car, don't run red lights in front of police. Right. Better yet, don't steal a car. That's probably the better advice.
That is the better advice. But if you're going to, don't act that suspicious.
Don't do it. Just don't do it. And that is today's Moment of Duh.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Time now for Fake News or Florida. I'm not going to read the one on top here because I kind of get a feeling Heidi's...
Oh, my gosh.
Kind of get a feeling you're cheating somehow.
Okay.
I don't know how you're doing it. You got some way to do this. Let's see. Which one is a good one here? How about this one? Fake news or Florida? A Tampa man was busted for drug possession after calling 911 to complain that his son sold him bad cocaine. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
No, it's fake news.
Oh, that was a good one.
Hey, guys, we finally stumped Heidi. How long has it been? It's been a long time.
It hasn't been that long.
It has, too. It has been forever. I mean, it's been a long, long time. I was going on a dry spell here where I haven't tricked you in a long time. Finally, with someone's help, we fooled you. If you'd like to submit some fake news or Florida stories, or we're starting to do tall tales or Tennessee as well, you can do all of that right on our website, johnandheidishow.com. This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of Odiva. That is the monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All of the details at radiosavings.com. I like the good news. This is one of my favorite things that we do.
I like the good news.
I wish that we had more good news in our program, but sometimes it's hard to even find this good news. But this is really good news here. Policeman moved by a plea for parenthood adopts a baby of a drug-addicted homeless woman. So I think this is really good to have positive police officer stories from time to time.
Absolutely.
Because it seems like a lot of the time,
not so much lately.
No, it's been a lot better. But for the longest time, it seemed like all you ever heard were negative stories about police officers. And are there going to be some bad police officers? Yeah.
Absolutely. There are bad people in every
field. There's also bad DJs out there. And there's bad, whatever it is you do for a living, there's somebody that does that's bad as well. But this compassionate police officer is setting a new standard for how law enforcement can protect and serve. Officer Jesse Witten and his wife have adopted a newborn daughter of a homeless woman that was struggling with drug addiction. Witten, who works for the Santa Rosa Police Department in California, would often stop in to check on the woman throughout the year. After a time, the two formed kind of a friendship. About a year ago, he ran into the woman while he was out with his wife, Ashley. When Ashley noticed the woman was pregnant, the two struck up a conversation about motherhood. 6 months later, the married couple was shocked to receive a call from the young woman saying she personally wanted them to adopt her newborn child. The woman hoped that under the love and care of this family, that her daughter could have a chance at a normal life. That is such a great story.
That is a great story.
And I know that would be very difficult for her to do, but it was also such a great idea because she's got issues where, think about how tough it would be for that child to live on the streets.
Yep.
So an amazing story. I've got a link to that story if you want to read all about it. It's in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. And if you see good news, you can also share that with us there as well. Again, just send it to us through the website, johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening this weekend.